friendly as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hello everyone, it is Dash of Dave here to save. No. Yeah, so it's Dash of Dave. I'm here. So, not here. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, I'm in a jolly mood. There may be some singing. So it's basically an advisory, plug your ears if you don't like me singing. And today we are going to make something. So I think I'm going to make a paint sample flippery thingy. It's not going to be a flipper, as in. Sorry, I've laughed already. It's not going to be a flipper, as in a flipper on a, a seal or anything like that. It might be a seal of approval, but who knows? So we're going to make paint sample flip thingy. Anyway, I don't know. I've got some ideas in my head. Probably gonna. Excuse me. Caught unawares by a yawn. So it's not going well, is it? So we're going to make a paint flip thingy, and that's the original reason why I dyed this teabag paper. Remember we did that in a previous video? Well, that's one of the reasons, and I never got round to actually making what I was going to make. So I think this is what we're going to make. Got a few bits with me. I've also got the paint. They're not paint chips. They're ones I have made myself. Now, I did make a video of over an hour of me making these, but then I thought nobody wants to see me paint blobs on a piece of card for over an hour. So I abandoned that idea. I had a right old conversation with you. I relieved the stresses of the day. We had a bit of banter and a bit of a laugh, and I made a fool of myself, and I got in a right mess. But suffice to say, you'll never see that. So anyway, here we are making the actual paint sample thing. So I kind of have an idea in my head, and you know what that can go like? That can be a good thing, or it can be a bad thing, but I don't know. And then we've got the things that I make the paint samples with. These ones are more organic in their shape. And then these ones were painted within a border, the Tim Holtz stamp thing. And then these were also organic, but not without a black line around them, which I did afterwards, by the way. I didn't paint within this wonky line. I just drew round the wonky line that was already here. So we're going to have a few. The teabag paper, I think, is going to be like a cover. Anyway, we're just going to build it. We'll make it. If you build it, he will come. So it's the field of dreams thing. So before I start, I'm just going to have to wet my whistle. So I'm going to just make myself a cup of tea. Got a tea bag in a thing waiting. Got my flask of hot water all ready to go. Sorry, you can't resist having a cup of tea, can you? I've got my thing of milk here, a thing of milk, eye of newt, wing of bat. I've got all of that. It's all ready. Let's just get this. So one of these, by the way, one of these paint things, I believe it's this one, is actually just tea bag water. So yeah, I did start to name them. I was going through I was thinking, I'm going to name them all, and they'll all have a label. But I can't remember which ones they were. And I was thinking of having things like cold shudder and I don't know, banana sneeze, and how when paint manufacturers make paint samples and they name them some weird things. And you get it home and you think, oh, I wonder if banana sneeze is different to apricot tears, and it's actually the same colour. It's just, they've just named it different things. Anyway, so it's my cynicism over and done with, over and out. So I am using a file folder because I just like the green colour of the file folder, and say what you will, come at me if you like, but I love a file folder. Who doesn't? And I get loads of them. So I get all the ones from work that are all dead and not very well. So I'm thinking I'd quite like, I don't know how big do I want to go? How big is big? How big is small? How small is big? It's not gonna go well today, is it? It's already started to go a bit mad. Right, I'm gonna get my big ruler. Deploy the big ruler. Oh, it's the threatening ruler. I have to go out of frame to do this because the ruler is too big for the desk, and I don't want to be jabbed in the kidneys by a ruler. Thanks very much. So let's just line it up here, and I want to cut it straight on that line. Ooh, which is the 9? That's the 9. Come on, budge over, shimmy over. Don't worry about my tea, I haven't forgotten it. I just like it a hefty brew. So, right, knife, and cutting gently towards you without slicing into your stomach, Dave, would be a good idea. I'll leave surgery to the experts. Get rid of that. Yep, cool, that's off. Right, get rid of those bits. Optimistically, try to throw them in the bin, but they may have gone on the floor. I'm not saying anything. That bin needs to be emptied, it smells. So, don't know what I've had to put in there that would make it smell. Oh, could be fruit. Oh, yeah, possibly some. I think I had some. I had an orange up here. It might be a bit of orange peel. So, how big do we want these? I would like them. They're all not the same size. They're not all the same size, is what I meant. I think I'm going to go with this. I don't know what this is. What is this? That's 14. Hang on. What? That's 13.5. 14.5. 15.5? No. 15.5. 16.5. What? I don't even know what that was. 4? 4 inches of that? 3 inches, Dave, you idiot. So, I will sort my tea out in a minute. So I'm going to cut both of these together, so they're cutting to the same width anyway. That's 2 there. Let's just measure that and make sure that is 3, because otherwise I'll... Yes, it's 3. So then, 1, 2, 3 again. Now I might not have them this long. In fact, I probably won't have them this long. But I might fold them in, not in half, because into 2. Because they won't be the same size, so I won't be folding into half. Folding them in so that I don't fold them in half, but maybe fold them like that. So, yeah. It makes sense to me. It may not make sense to you. And actually, that is perfect, because then that also leaves a 3 if I cut it down the middle. Or butt it up and cut it down. I've got to butt it up, cut it down. Ain't nothing left in this whole world I care about. Right, yes. Anyway. Oh, sun shining. Oh, it's lovely. The sun's out. The tea is brewing. The dash is daving. Or the Dave is dashing. I don't know. No, the Dave is never dashing. But trust me, if you see me dashing, you'd better be able to run quicker than me. Well, if you can outrun me, I will get eaten first. So, and there we go. Dave thinks he's funny. Oh, perfect cup of tea. Look at the colour of that. Aye, that's grand, that. Oh, that is enough to wet the whistle. Right, okay, so We want it so that we can have a plain background. So I'm going to put this crystal foil thing on the back, and what we'll do is I want to kind of have it so that it encourages you to look at the next page. So maybe have an inch worth of underhang or overhang. This is the underhang, this is the overhang. And then that way then, is that going to be what I want from my thing? Yeah, so, and I got this because I wanted kind of a sturdy back. A sturdy birdie. So this also needs to be cut down to 3, isn't it? But I'll just see if this goes through the cutter. I always get confused about what I'm doing with this. So we're going to go 3. I don't know whether it's going to go all the way through. No. Will it? Is it enough? Yes, it's fine. It will break off. That's fine. And then we'll do a few of these. So this is just, well, it's supposed to be grey board, but it's actually brown. It's brown board. It's I don't know where I got it from. Oh, I do know where I got it from. I got it from Scrap, which is our recycling project in Leeds. I've not used it. So I bought it because I wanted some grey board, but it actually wasn't big enough, so it wasn't thick enough. But you know, I'm using it now, so it will never go to waste in my house. What do you want to do? You want to cut it down as well, Dave. So how big is this? This is, oh yeah, well of course you're not going to be like anything measurable, are you? You are annoying. So let's put it on here. It's not an exact measurement, so, and I don't have the tiny increments on this board, so I'm just going to go fa la 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 la. No, don't sing Christmas tunes yet. Jiminy Cricket. You can sing anything you like, Dave, but not Christmas. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. Do I want them all the same? Do-da, do-da. Or shall I have them different? Do-da-do-da-day. I do not know what I'm singing about. Let's just go with what I do. Do-da-do-da-day. If I... I don't know where it came from, and I am trying to send it back. I don't know whether I get the receipt though, so... Okay, so... Let's fold. Do I want it like this? I don't know whether I do. Maybe. The problem is I'm going to end up with the text on the front. So what I might do is I might fold that there. What I'll do is fold it there. Right. So stay there, like that. Fold. Cool. Fold. Fold. Down folder would have been better, but a nail will do. And then if I cut this, does this make it? Am I doing the right thing? I don't know. Who knows? Let's do it. Who knows and who cares? To do that, I'm just gonna snip that out so that you can't see the overhang. And then I'm going to put that on there, the other way up, so you don't see the text. And then, let's put it that way because that's straight. And then we'll have that an inch shorter as well. So, go there. Go for an inch shorter. Yep, there. Nail it over, and then let's make it straight, Dave. do our best to make a good job of it. Did that cut my fold off? It did, indeed. Okay, so that's going to go on there. In fact, I'll glue that now. I'll pause to remind myself where the glue is. And then, just a bit more, make sure it didn't come off. That's going to go on there. Was it that way up? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was that way up. Yeah, because that's the cut edge. Cool. So then that's going to go on there. That's going to go on there. And then, no, of course that's not. It wouldn't be that simple, would it? It wouldn't. It would be remiss of me to think that it would be. So let's pop that on there. Let's line those ends up. That on there, that on there, that on there. So then this one needs to be. This one needs to be here. Folded here. Straightened there. And then that's going to come down to an inch shorter, which is there, and then we will cut there. Okay, so I'm not going to get much smaller. Oh, actually, that should have been the other way around, shouldn't it? That, okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll do that way. There you go. And we're not going to go much smaller than that, because otherwise I'm not going to get one of them sat on there. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Right, okay. So that's those. And it's going to sit on one of these backs. Then I think I'm going to have, let's see if this is going to be big enough. Oh my gosh, it is. Oh my gosh, it's going to be big enough. Don't you go singing that again. Right. If I just fold that where that kind of ends, square. Take that off. Okay, so what we're going to have is that, and that. Suddenly got warm in here. And that is just a bit short, so I might have to just attach it to. Oh, there we go. As if by magic. For some reason that is not at the same width. Why is that not the same width? It should be. Oh, it is there. It just loses it there. Maybe that's because that's not straight. Let's see. Oh, that's not straight. That's why. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it is straight. Oh well. Stay like that. So, we're going to stick that there. So we can extend that. Yeah, that's fine. We'll extend that on there. So let's just fold that over. And then stick that to there. Yeah, that'll be long. That'll make it long enough. Because we're going to make it like a chopper jotter. You know, with a cover on it. So. There, line it up so that it folds around, it's nice and square. Let's do that this side. It is slightly bigger, so I'm just gonna slice a very small, the smallest of slivers, not slivers, Dave, because A slither is what a snake does. So just... There you go. Perfect. Cool. Don't spin that. It's not Russian roulette. Pop that on there, and then I think I'm going to... So that's going to go on there. And it's going to fold round there. Oh, Dave, you want to wait until the glue's dry before you start doing stuff like that, don't you? You do, ideally. And if you are going to fold it, you're going to fold it round something. That should be enough. That should be enough, yeah. So then that, like that, and that's going to go on top of there. That's going to go around the... Oh, it fits perfectly. That's going to sit on the back, which is fine. And then we will... I think we're going to have this with some tea bag paper in it. I was thinking about just having tea bag paper loose on it. I might do that on one of them, but I think I'm going to have this in a frame. So I'll cut this out. So, no, not that. There is my ruler. So, although do I want to do it like that? And then that's the width of the frame, because that would make it nice and easy. But that isn't what I want. So we're going to go with... Do I want a ½ inch border or a ¼ inch? Right, I'm going to go for a bigger border top and bottom. We're going to go for maybe do you want an inch at the top? Is an inch what we want? No, we're going to go for 1.5 inches at the top. Oh, or do we want 1.5 inches at the bottom? I just want somewhere to put the title. What do I do? Do I have 1 inch at the top or the bottom? What do I do? I'm going to go with... Right. I'm going to go with making a decision. I'm going to go for 1.5 inches at the bottom. Yeah, 1.5 inches at... No. 1.5 inches at the top. Okay. I'm not very decisive. Can you tell? I bet it's not obvious, is it? And if you ever think I am decisive on camera, it's just I am just playing the game. What did I just say that was? 1.5. It's make-believe. Land of make-believe, run for the sun, little one. Where the hell is that mark again? Da, 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 da. There. And there. Right, okay. When I put that down, for some reason, that seems to disappear. I'm just going to draw a line there. I bet you guys are thinking, I wish you would draw a line in it. Well, hopefully you're not. So I'm going to need 1/2 inch, aren't I? Because I'm not... No, do I want 1/2 inch? No, I want about 1/4 inch. Let's go with the centimetre. No, stick to a size, Dave. Stick to a standard of measurement. Let's go for 3/4. No, 3/8 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch. Not 3/4 of an inch, Dave. That's wrong. 3/8 of an inch. Either side. So, I like to have 3 measurements. That's stuck in my head now. That was by Bucks Fizz, I believe. Bucks Fizz, who won the Eurovision Song Contest sometime in the 80s with I can't remember what the song's called. I can sing it for you, but I can't remember what the song's called. Right, try and do measurements without trying to think about what Bucks Fizz sang, because it's not going to make any difference to the video. What was it? You gotta speed it up, and then you gotta slow it down. No. Making your mind up. That's it. So. Oh, Dave, that's the wrong. What? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you doing that same thing? Okay, so you're doing half an inch at the bottom then. I've measured that all completely wrong and measured it half an inch, not at 3/8 of an inch. So we're using this instead. So, is that right? Have I done a wonky measurement again? I have, there. How have I got that wrong? No, I haven't. That's right. Yeah, that's right. No, that's right. Fine. Just me being me. So, I could do with 2 layers on this, because I'll need something to sandwich that in with. So I will pick a piece that's probably got text on that I can hide there. Cut that down to the same size as that. Run for the sun. Shh, Dave, calm yourself. Those people obviously watching who are not in the UK or not from Europe will be thinking, I don't know what you're talking about, unless you've watched the Eurovision Song Contest, in which case I feel for you. I will say I watch it every year. Camp as it is, it's my guilty secret. It's a bit like I do have other guilty secret, which is I love RuPaul's Drag Race as well. But you know, we all have our little guilty secrets that are guilty pleasures, not our guilty secrets. A little guilty pleasure that makes us happy along the way, and you know, and if we're not hurting anybody, then we're not hurting anybody. Let's use this because it's no, stop wiggling. No wiggles. Stay there. Right. Let's stay together, loving you forever. Let's use a paper clip to hold it together. That's a good idea, Dave. Right, you want to do from there down to there, and there is there. Is that there? Is that there line? That's there. This is me developing a Yorkshire accent after... How long have I been here now? 19 years? Lived in Yorkshire. So... do it really gently, Dave. Cool. Right, we're going to go to that line there, Dave. Sorry if my head is in the way, but for health and safety reasons, I'm trying not to cut a limb off or a finger or I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. Although if I cut it off, I won't feel it in either of them. Right, don't fall apart now. Falling apart at the seams. Yesterday's dreams are empty and meaningless. Oh, that went wonky, didn't it, at the last minute? Oh. Completely went off kilter, not cutting against the ruler at all there. I don't know what went wrong there, but never mind. It adds to the quirkiness of it, doesn't it? It's not terribly wonky. So, that's those 2 layers now, which means that I can put my tea bag paper. Now, which tea bag paper do I want? That one. Get off. That one. Or we have that. I think I'm going to go for this one. Or we might go for this one if we can find a bit that doesn't have a massive hole in it. So you could, of course, use something else. God, I was going somewhere with that, and then I couldn't remember what I was going to say. You could, of course, use some. What's the other thing? What's the other thing I make? Faux knee. No, not faux knee. I don't make faux knees or legs or arms or elbows or anything. No, what is it? Faux glassine. You could use some. It's one of them days today, isn't it? So I'm gonna put a bit of a line about where I want to cut. And don't mind it not being straight. Let's face it, I can't do that, so there. Okay, so I'm going to cut around that and we're going to make that straighter now. Don't know how tea bag paper cuts with a blade, so we'll find out whether it snags, or as long as you don't press too hard, I think it should be okay. You can always go over it more. Is that free? As it is. And then if I cut this bit off. Yeah, that's it free now. Cool. And then I cut this bit. So a lot of prep going into the cover, I realise, but that's because, you know, it's the cover. It's starring role. So yeah, so that's how I'm going to have it. So that's going to be that in there, trapped between those 2 pieces. Okay, so that's that. Let's just put that to one side because of the wonderful things he does. I don't even know what that is. Now, when I say I don't know what it is, I do know what it is. I just don't know why it's here. So, okay. So let's get these back into shot. So we are going to put them together like that, aren't we? So what we could do with them being glued as a bound edge. So do we do that first or do we do that afterwards? Let's do that afterwards. Okay. So let's see how we're going to put these. So is this the one I'm going to put with this on? No, I'm going to use one. I'm going to use some of these. Right, let's have a bit of a sort. So I've got some purples, some blues, greens, that's a blue, oh, that's a grey, well, a black, oh no, it's navy, so it's a blue, it's a between, it's a, it is definitely more between. It's a yellowy green. I'm not going to have enough space at this rate, am I? It's a red. It's pink. So, what makes pink? What? Yeah, it's. Is it there? I don't know. What makes pink? White and red. Yeah, I don't know. Green, brown, blue, green. I don't know why I'm struggling with the greens. That's yeah. Orange. Oh, let's just put it there. That's yellow. That's beige. That's orange. That's purple. That's green. Just put them together. That's green. That's green. There's plenty of greens here. That's green. That's beige. And slightly green. Blue. Red. Brown. Brown. Yellowy brown. Yellowy green, I mean. And grey blue. Okay, so we have one yellow. So the yellow's going on the front because we only have one space for one on the front. So the yellow's going on the front. Yellow. The yellow is going on the front. So then we are going to have. Next, we are going to have. Do with something that was a 2 of, but we don't have any 2s of anything. Oh, we've got 2 beige. We'll go 2 beige. Okay, then we've got. Do 2 go together on there? Oh, they do. That's fine. 2 beige, 1 yellow. Then we've got probably 3 brown. Can we get 3 on there? Yeah, that's fine. 3 brown. Then we've got. That's stuck together. Why? I don't know why. 3 brown. And then we want 4 of something. I don't know. We're going to have to pick 4 or something because we can't have 4, all 4. Oh no, you're not going to get 4 on there. You're only going to get 3 on there anyway. Let's go those 3 blues. Yeah. Do we want then just 2 browns on the front? Oh, let's go 2 oranges. Let's go 2 oranges. Yeah, let's go 2 oranges. Then we're going to have. This is where I'll get 4, I think. If we go with. Greens, then let's go. Green, green, green. Green, green, no, let's get rid of that green then. Green, green, same green. Nope, green, and then green. Well, it's not really green, it's yellow, but it's fine. Oh, we go green. There we go. Those greens. So the greens, and then if we go, how about purple? Purple, purple, pinky purple. Yeah, that's fine. So the rest are not included in the paint sample. Somebody was obviously against red in our paint sample department. So we're going to put this one on the front. Now, do I want to cut it into the shape? If I cut it, you've got to do it for all of them, Dave. I'm doing it. Should have done this when I was cutting them out, but I didn't. So, yeah. So we're going to have that on there. But we want to, right, before we do all of that, let's ink these up so that they look kind of old-ish. Where's my little sponge of gorgeousness? We'll go with crusty twigs. Crusty? Altered twigs. No, gathered twigs. Try again. 15 attempts. You got there in the end, Dave. It's That's all you needed. As long as you got there, you don't have to have arrived in style, but just have to have got there. Okay, so I've inked everything, and I've even inked the cover page. I think we will assemble the cover page now. So now that we know what inks we've got inside, so let's stick the tea bag paper down first. No, there's me little. This is what you get for leaving the lid off, though, Dave. There we go. Cool. Didn't know it was going to come out then, but it did. Of course, it did. So just a bit round there first of all to put that down on. Which way around we want it? Doesn't matter. Is one side lighter than the other? Not really. So we're going to pop that on there. Now I know lots of people are saying, "Oh, aren't you lucky to be able to get this tea bag paper?" And you know, it's a lucky find. That's what people were saying. It's actually something we get quite a bit of in the UK because we drink a lot of tea. So, so access to tea bag paper isn't that hard. You can find it online. You can, like the place that I go to that I get all my scrap material stuff from. So Scrap in Farsley, they often have it. So it's great. So, but yes, but what we don't tend to find is in the UK, we don't tend to find coffee filters in the UK. Certainly not big coffee filters in the UK, because I know you guys drink especially in America, you drink a lot of coffee, and so you have a lot of filter coffee machines, and we don't. So, well, we tend to have a kettle rather than a filter coffee machine. So there we go. So that's my little cover for it. Okay, so then we're going to make these, and then we'll kind of bind it. So what to do? We have this, right? Okay, so in that case, then I'm just going to make the pages a little bit more mottled. And that's just me rubbing this, kind of rolling this over it. Obviously not the best thing to do if you've got appointments or anything like that. But it just gives it a bit more of an uneven mottling. Bit of a squish as well. So I might just ink that down as well. So take the whiteness off the back of it. Because if the rest of it looks a bit faded, this will definitely look a bit faded. I'm just taking the stark white off it so it looks like it's been around a while, and then we'll stick that down. So I guess we could have colours associated with them, not sure what though. I'm just going to put that kind of in the middle of there. Yep. And then what do we have? 2 of those, didn't we? So we're going to snip them down. I'm going to regret doing this when I find all these little tiny triangles everywhere. Don't know whether anybody's sung anything about a triangle. I guess it'll be a love triangle if we sang about a triangle, wouldn't it? I'm not going to sang about a paper triangle. So, well, I don't know. You know, never say never. It just makes it a bit more authentic for me if it's not quite so stark white. Okay, so we're going to go like that and that. Yep, we will. That kind of in the middle of the width, but not. It doesn't have to be like perfectly centered or even perfect distance away from this one. Whoa, juggling with glue. There we go. That's that one. That's the two. That's those two. Then what did we have? Can't remember. We had, was it two beige? Two beigey, creamy beigey. Was it that? And then what did we have? Two of them. Was that three of them? Eye of newt, wing of bat. Four of them and four of the. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, must have been what it was. Okay. The memory of a goldfish. I've got the memory of a goldfish. Oh, nearly chopped the whole thing in half. Oh, la 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 la. Okay, so those two that way round? Yeah, that way round. Just enough so it sticks it down, doesn't need to be a lot on there. That there. And then this one. That there. Yep. Then we're going to go with these. Oh, I don't know what happened with this one. This got a bit smooshed on the corner. I don't know why I suddenly started turning them anti-clockwise now. Well, this one was right on the edge. Must have been running out of paper when I did this one. Or space or something. So we'll put what we put in first. That one, no, that one and that one. Yeah, let's do it that way round. Yeah, let's do it that way. Yeah. Who am I convincing, you or me? I don't know. I mean, I know I ink more than lots of people do, but it's my style. I like that older utilitarian look. So let's just have a quick look where they're going to go. Like that. Should I have that one that way up or that way? Let's have it that way up. Okay. And pop that there. Oh no, I'll put this one on the bottom first. And then put this one in the middle of the two. And put that there. And then put this one in the middle. And that way then it can be kind of equidistant between the two. Yep, that one is not flat for some reason, never mind. That's those two. Right, okay, what do we want then? Should we go with the green and then the pink? Let's go with, well, the green and then the purple. So, again, let's cut these corners off. Dave is cutting corners again. Got all the corners off, I did. If I could turn back time, I don't know why I'm singing that. Probably because I was turning something. Okay. That, and that. Or that and that. No, that and that. Yeah, let's go that way. Not very good at ordering colour. I don't really I mean, I'm not a not a painting artist, so I don't really know what you need to do to mix colours. I know the basics. I know like blue and red make purple, and yellow and blue make green. But all the others in between. Oh, that didn't mean to rhyme, but it did. All the others in between, who knows? Yellow and blue make green, and all the colours in between. Sounds like I'm casting a spell though. So, oh, by the way, talking of casting spells, I am taking part in the Creep on June, Tracy Fox's collaboration. So I am on day, just bear with me, I'll tell you, day number blah 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 blah, Friday the 20th of June I will be taking part, but please head over to Tracy's website where you will find a calendar of everybody taking part, and you can see, you know, who's taking part and who's doing what. Once I have more details, I will link them. Is that the way I was doing it? Yes, that's the way I was doing it, wasn't it? So I'll do that one at the bottom first, so I don't run out of room. So it's Creep on June is Halloween. Oh, that's close, but you know, it fits, so don't think I can move that down any further now. No, I can't move that one up any further, so it's going to fit. That's that way, isn't it? Just not as much space between them as the other one, so that's fine. Yeah, so I shall be doing that. So it's kind of Halloween-y things. I mean, like, you know, Halloween for me is not a huge part of my life, but I do enjoy a challenge. So there we go. So that's the greens, and then we've just got the purps to do. That one's not straight for me. And that one can do with being a bit smaller. Cool. I haven't finished my tea. Yeah, oh, sorry, I couldn't put the scissors down. I'm thinking, no, you're not finished, Dave. Right, that's not straight either. So you're probably going, well, none of the others were straight. I don't know what you're worrying about, Dave, but I didn't notice them as I was doing them. Whereas I am now. As I am now, noticing them. So let's do inking of this, and then we can get these. Oh, don't know which order I'm going to put these in though, do I? That's the thing. Get these little bits away. Take these dogs away from me before they bite. If I was you. Shh. Shush, Dave. Yes. I've got Being Boring in my head now. I was singing West End Girls earlier. I was saying to Corrie, the Crafty Corrie, sorry. Thinking, I know her name's Corrie, but I can't remember what the channel's called. I was speaking to her in an email the other day. I'm saying about how she was saying that Pet Shop Boys was one of her favourites. And it was mine as well. So when I was growing up, Pet Shop Boys got most of their, well, not most, I've got all of their earlier record collection, including imports and rares and rare ones, and picture discs and all sorts of things when they did vinyl. And then I evolved and moved into CDs as I got older, and they brought things out on CDs, and you know how we thought CDs were cool and all of that. And now everybody's regressing back to vinyl. And then I moved on to streaming when streaming was cool, and still collected their music. And so yeah, I'm a big Pet Shop Boys fan. I've seen them live a while ago now, but yeah, fantastic show it was. So there we go. So these are, oh, that's wrong order. Them, and them. Right. Then what we want to do is couple that together like that, and we need to clippy the clip of doom, not the clip of doom, Dave. We want to first splay it this way and put some glue on here. And smoosh that in. Kind of just to make sure that it's kind of covered in the gaps. And then we want to smoosh it the other way. And smoosh it into the gaps. And then we want to flatten it and clip it. We want those to be clipped, so just this is the opportunity now to make sure it all lines up. We want the pressure to be on that bit that we've done, so we want the clip right on the very edge. And squeeze it down like that, so we can do that. This is going to then go round there, but I'm also going to put a little bit of fabric on the top of this. So this is some fabric that has been used as a drop cloth during the dyeing process, and it's, you know, picks up all of the colours. And I just want a piece of this. Everybody wants a piece of me. I don't even know what that's a quote from. So yeah, so I might just cut a bit off here. And use the more interesting bit of that. But I'll use that for like covering a journal or something. And then we'll put, let's straighten this up. I'll try and straighten this up even. So I could do with a jig. Let's all do a jig. There we go. I'll put that on there as a jig because I just need something to keep it flat whilst I cut it. And then we can kind of cut it so that it's sort of straight. Doesn't have to be perfect, but sort of straight. So we'll do it lined up with this bottom edge. And then cut this bit off. Do we want to go? Yeah, let's go there. Just gently. So we're not dragging it. And then we'll do the other side, which you shouldn't really do. Cut underhanded, very underhanded of me. Cut that bit off. Okay, and then we're going to make it a bit kind of straighter. Do we want to worry about that bit, or should we leave that kind of all kind of folded over at the bottom? Maybe have that at the front. And we're going to wrap that round this bit. Kind of like that. We can fray it at the back. Yeah, we'll do that. So the very tip of this edge I'm just going to ink just to make the ends a little bit more grubby looking. Also rub that across the end of there so that it kind of frays it as well. not just making it inky, but making it fray. Cool. There we go. So, and then we're going to pop that around there, but we'll add that the last thing, I think. Although it'd be nice if I could put a staple in there, wouldn't it? But I bet I can't. Do you know what? I think if I do it, let's do it like that. Put a staple in it. Let's go a bit of staple there, and a bit. These are rusty staples that I have made, and I want it to be very irregular, like that. And then what I'll do is I'll unpick the back. If you can. Unpick the back of these and then pull them through. Pull them through this. And then fold them back inside there. Now that's got a little bit of a awry, but never mind, it's fine. It's not quite as straight as it was, but am I happy with that? Oh, you've just broken the staple anyway, doesn't really make much difference. Yeah, you've definitely broken the staple. Yeah, it's there. Alright, let's get rid of that sharp bit. And that bit. Let's try again on that bit. So we're going to do there. We'll pull it a bit further this way. Get that in there. Go in a bit of a wonky angle. That's the problem with rusty staples, is they are quite fragile. Because just like anything that rusts, it will be. It's degrading the surface of the metal, so you just have to bear that in mind, that it can fray. But remember, this is going on the inside anyway, not fray. It can degrade it, so it can be more prone to breaking. So now that we've done that, we'll close those back up again. Just press them down a bit so they don't stick in anybody. Come on. Lie down. Thank you. Lie down. Good. There's a good staple. Who's a good staple? So there we go. Got the rusty staples in the front. I'll leave that like that for the time being. Let's just see if this would be anywhere near this being dry. No, we could do with that being smooshed out a little bit more. If it doesn't dry straight away, I mean, like, leave, if you're going to make one, leave yours to dry. Don't try and hurry it. You can't hurry glue. No, you just have to wait. Just trust in the sticky stuff. So, then we will have a stamping thing. Stamp. What is in here? That's the wrong colour. It's all gonna fall apart. What colour's that? That is red, and we'll use that. What is this? That is black. That is shiny. And I'll leave it there. Right. I need a pen. I want a sophisticated name for a paint company. So I'm just going to have a bit of a moment. I think we're going to go with let's go with Howarth. H-O-W. I'm having a moment now. Why can't I spell Howarth? Howarth is a town nearby, so I should be able to spell Howarth. H-O-W-R-T-H. H-O-R-T-H. Is that Haworth? Oh. Ah, it's H-A-W. That's why I was thinking there's too many O's in this. Let's go. Where's the snip? Snippety snip. Lose that. Let's go. Try again. So space. Let's go. Sorry about that. Having a moment, not being able to spell. H-A-W-O-R-T-H. Haworth. Haworth. Do we have an apostrophe? Do we? Heckers like. Haworth. Oh, let's just go then Haworth paint. So we'll go space. I don't know if we'll get paint on here. If I don't do a space, let's do another space. You won't get it across. You have to do a return. So P A I N T. Haworth paints, and then we are. Yeah, we're just going to do Haworth paint, and we're not going to do any more. I was going to put samples, but I don't think I'm going to have space. I'm going to do Haworth up there and paint down here, I think. Paint, yeah. Okay, so we're going to snip it. I'm going to snip it there as well. And there. This one's got a thing where it's perforates it, so you can peel it easily. We'll put that one at the bottom. Do we want to ink that? I think we're going to ink that to make that look a little bit older than it is. So we'll glove up and get ready. I'll use this bit of thing to kind of hold it, and we'll use one of my nice already mucked up pads. Actually, I've got one that's kind of brown. Oh yeah, I've got one that's brown. So let's use the browns one. So we put some of this on here, and then, because I know that ordinary paint isn't going to stick to this, so we also want to, if we can, make a couple of other marks in this. So that it's not perfect, and also ink those wherever the ink is there. That's the bit where it says paint, and then we've got the Haworth one, which we'll bend the corner of and stick it back down again. Again, a few marks in it, just some nail marks, so it's not perfect. And then cover that in ink as well. Just wanted it to be a little less new, because it's mine and I'm allowed. The rest of it looks old, so why not? Hello, come on. Don't keep. I thought the lid was rolling away then, but it wasn't. Making a break for it. Right. The reason I've done that, and I don't normally put gloves on, is because this is alcohol ink. This is like the serious stuff. Serious money going on here. Okay, right, take that off. And that off. Okay. Give it a bit of a zhuzh. Just to dry it off. And then let's get this, and we will go take the backing off this. Probably took my gloves off way too early, but if I can't get the backing off with my gloves on, it'll just go wrong. Sorry, I got glue on the blade. And I'll just get stuck to it. If I'd tried to take this backing off with glue on my hands, I'd have got stuck to the thing and would have been here a while. There we go. Come on. Oh, you peeled it off and then let it stick together again. There we go. Go. Let's go in the middle or somewhere like that. Should be sticky enough to stay on. If not, if it peels off, I'll just put a bit of that behind it. So flip that over. Again, get that in the middle somewhere. About there. Stick that down. Just press it down with something where it's not going to get ink all over my fingers. Okay, so this possibly should be dry now. It feels a bit drier, definitely. We give it that bit of a blow. Oh, maybe not. Besides being hot, that should be dry now. It is. Does it all kind of fold? Might fold with a bit of a sticky bit to start with, but it's fine. Yep, there we go. Cool. That all opens up nicely. That can go in there, and then we'll glue that bit on that. So what I'm going to do is glue this edge on that flat edge there. So a bit more glue along here. No, not too much on the front edge, Dave. And then we're going to put that into that squared bit. I'll do that first because I want that bit to glue down, and then we will glue the back down as well. But what I wanted to do with the back was have it so that it glues along that top edge there and down either side, but not down the middle, and then you've got a bit where you can shove something up the back of it. Oh, actually, no, I haven't put my back on, have I? Hang on. I need to put this on, sorry. Just realised I've not put my back on. So my back needs to be inked a bit. Definitely on the... So on the back bit that you're going to see, which I think is going to be... Let's go with the other side. So just had a moment, sorry, completely forgot about this bit. So this is the inner part of the back. This is the outer part of the back. Or am I going to make that the inner part of the back? I don't know yet. And we're going to just roll this so that it's random. But also whilst covering all of it. Yep, we'll do it that way round. So this has got to go onto here. Again, we're just going to glue at the top. Pop that on there. It's just going to be glued at the very top bit. It lines up. Yep, and then that needs more glue now because that's dried, because I was taking my sweet time about that. So that's going to go in there. That's going to go in that little sandwich. Oh, that is the wrong way up, Dave. It's going to go in there on that little sandwich even. Now we're going to try that again. A bit more glue down there. Glue on the back bit. Glue on the... Why we're not coming out? Right, on the back bit there, down the sides. And then, like I say, you've got a little shove spot. So you can shove something up there. And then we're going to glue that bit down as well. We're going to glue the fabric down just a bit, not perfectly, a bit random, a bit creased maybe, a bit baggy, there we go. And then we will just tamp over all of that, and a bit of, and then soften that up with a, there we go. And that we have made a little fabric sample thing, which obviously I'm going to make a few of these, but there we go. We've got a little cover thing. Open it up. Inside we have our colours. Oh, hang on, that one's stuck to the front. Just bear with me. There we go. So we've got, that needs to stick as well. Bear with. So it'll stick and dry, but it's not quite dry yet. So we'll open it up, and inside we have our paint colours, which I probably will name, but at the moment I have no idea what to name them. Maybe you would like to name the colours? Like, I only accept silly names, you know, like baboon's toenail, or do you not think, like, is it just me that, like, the posher the paint, the more random the colour name? So there's actually a bit of an advert. It's an advert on YouTube for, I think it's a UK product, and there's a woman in a shop looking for I just want white paint, and like there's, like, you know, toasted cauliflower and snowman's breath and all sorts of different weird colours that she's offering her. And no, I just want white. So anyway, just tore this off, and it tore itself in half, which is fine. So we're going to pop that bit on there because there's a slight hole in the side there. I'll put that down there. And we will pop maybe some of this on here. And then we can say we're done now. So there you go. So Haworth paint, you can get yours here. Don't know what the colours are. Should we have a look? Quick look. Let's have a look. So we could have, I don't know, banana tears, orange. I don't know what's orange beside oranges. Beige with, like, lots of E's and I's in the middle of it. Beige. Anyway, I'm not very good at naming things on the spot. Give me a moment and I will come up with a few. But anyway, if you want to name some of them, please do. Tell me what page it's on, what number. So, like, page 1 is only one. Page 2, there's 1 or 2. Page 3, 1 or 2. Page 4, 1, 2 or 3. Page 5, 1, 2, 3 or 4. And page 6, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So tell me what colours you want to name them. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry about the madness and the, you know, lack of decision on paint colours. And I will see you in another video. So thank you very much for watching. My name has been Dash of Dave, and it always is, you know, strangely. So I will see you in another video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and do all that good stuff. Subscribe, obviously, as well. And I will see you when I see you next. So until then, remember, I love you all, without exception, until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I'll see you next time. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you very soon. Take care, folks. Bye. Bye.